Hi, this is Taxi's Chronicles, and I'm your host, Simon Rushton. Tonight, was early, was it? Nearly midnight on a Thursday night. I picked up this lovely lady, and she's in, I would say acting business, but what, you do a bit of acting, and you... Right, introduce yourself, makes it easier, and just tell us what you do, why you do it, and what it's like.
Right, I'm Olivia. I am in my gap years. I've been acting, writing, directing since I was quite young. But I've been doing plays at the Camden Fringe for a few years, and I did one last year that did really, really well. And so and this years out, I've been writing, trying to get into the business, go to drama school, and hopefully pick up an agent that will help me act, direct, write. That's it really. That's hopefully what I'll venture into.
What kind of stuff have you been doing? You said you was at, what was it, Camden?
Yeah.
What kind of plays? Or was it you wrote for the plays?
So last year, me and three of my friends, Hannah, Eva and Ruby, we did a play about domestic violence towards men.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, it was quite an unexpected topic. People didn't really expect it from like 4 women. But we did it about this true story about this man. We based it off that, and it did really well. We got amazing reviews. It was about this man and his life, and how his wife was very manipulative and started to beat him, and she eventually murdered him.
Is this a true story or is this a script?
Yeah, it's based on a true story. Very sad. But we did it on that, and it did really well, and we were really happy with it. It was quite physical, theatre-y based, but it was really good, if I must say so.
Did you get, what was the play called?
Together for 7.
Together for 7?
Yeah.
How did that title come about?
Well, we kept saying throughout rehearsals and while we were writing it, like, we created their backstory and everything, and they were together for 7 years in total, but they were only married for 4. We called it Together for 7, Married for 4, and then in the end we were messing about with names, and my friend Hannah just went Together for 7, Married for 4. We were like, that's actually really good, so we just called it Together for 7. Also, we just gave it a name that people didn't really know what it was about, like what the play would be about. It could be about anything, so that's why we really liked it.
Did you have a full house every night then with the play?
On our first night, we had about half, but this woman called Louise Penn wrote us a review on our first night, and then the rest of the run, it was full house. We had people sitting on the stairs to watch it, and the theatre were like, this is amazing, like no one's really had a full house this week. So they would sell extra tickets just so people could come and see the show. So on our last few shows, it was completely sold out.
How long did you run for?
We did, I think, 4 shows in total over 4 days.
Okay.
So right next to each other.
So it's something could easily be brought back?
Yeah, definitely. We could take it somewhere else.
Take it to the Globe?
Yeah, we were going to go to Edinburgh, hopefully, send it to a few other theatres.
They may not understand that.
Yeah.
Domestic violence to men, they probably don't understand that.
Yeah.
This is rubbish, I'd say take it to the Globe in London on the Embankment. That'd be a place because it's not too expensive.
Yeah,
and it's near everybody in that respect.
Yeah, we definitely, it's something definitely we could keep picking up and keep working on and adding to and developing.
Because isn't that short, just for 4 days?
It was quite short because we didn't think it would do very well, so we were like, our first show, let's just do 4 shows. But then afterwards we were like, oh, we should have done so many more because it did so well.
But you couldn't carry on booking, so why don't you carry on booking?
No, with the Camden Fringe, when you book in advance how many shows you want to do, so we only booked like 4 shows because we were like, that's as many as we think access as many people get. But in the end, like, we probably should have done more.
How long ago was this?
This was last summer, so 2019.
Okay.
Summer, yeah, August.
Because you know the story of Lion King. They were not booked for that long, and obviously they was there for like 10 years or something in that kind of thing. So
a lot of places are like that. They just get picked up.
Yeah. So I would have booked somewhere else at the same time and said, guys, would be moving over to here.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Definitely something we should have done. I feel we were this year going to go further with it, but because of Corona, we didn't get the chance. But I feel like next year will be our year with playing.
Okay.
We'll be able to keep developing it. Because also we're all doing such different things now, like the four of us who are in it. So we've just learned so much that we could add to it.
But you got paid through that show, didn't you?
Yeah, we did get paid, yeah. You get like your box sales, like
So Full House, you know, you're starting to live large.
Well, yeah.
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 And stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
So what my point is, as long as you're getting paid, people can come back together unless they're doing something better.
Yeah, exactly. And we have the reviews as well under our belts, like.
Yeah, that's something in your portfolio.
Yeah, reference to like we did well here, so we would be able to do well at your theatre and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously the COVID things hit and the lockdown hit and passed. No one's paying attention to it in London.
Yeah.
And I think Boris is kind of like that. We probably got the highest figures of this this Corona or what have you. But he's just not acknowledging it because he doesn't want the capital to shut down, the heartbeat. So how do you foresee that affecting your industry? So I hear about the performing arts world complaining that they need funding and all of that. Has it made you reconsider that you may have to change your career?
It's made me obviously really worried that it will affect it, and it is affecting it. But it's just made me want to like personally go at it more and stronger and prove that
you take the challenge.
Yeah, that the arts are a very big, they give a lot of money to the UK, and
they take a lot of funding though as well, don't they? So because they even get money from the lottery fund, which I don't really agree with, because I think if you've got a business and it's not working, it's just not working. But
okay. It's not made me reconsider. But if I was to reconsider, I obviously have different lifestyle and different options I would have to go down that I have anyway. But yeah, it's maybe want to more prove that it's worth, the fight for. And obviously open air theatres are opening up anyway now, and I think this week they were doing trials of indoor theatres and how they could work distance and like social distancing and stuff. But yeah, if I was to have to like rethink about my career path, I have a makeup degree, like in special effects, so like performing kind of stuff that I could do.
Oh, that's good.
And English as well I have.
So you're really all around the acting world.
Completely.
Have you considered taking your play to Netflix and getting them to make a movie out of it, or even YouTube or Amazon? Netflix would be my first point of call.
Yeah.
So if it's doing that well, you could say, listen, we've done a sold house. We think this will sell. It's a story that's unusual, but it's true. And just see what happens.
We did speak about that last year, like writing and submitting it to ITV or BBC.
No, not them. Not
go
them.
Big or go home.
No, it's not even go big. Netflix is obviously a new. If you're gonna do anything, remember Top Boy?
Yeah.
Okay. BBC shut them down or whatever it was, and then what does he do? He goes to Netflix. He didn't go to Netflix. What's that singer guy? That Canadian guy? Is he a rapper or R&B or something?
Yeah.
He went to Netflix and said, you have to show this.
Yeah.
And they did what they were told, suggested.
Yeah.
So I reckon you would do good on that,
Yeah.
because Netflix has divisions for each country.
Mm.
A lot of movies, like, well, they have a Nollywood division,
Yeah.
you know, a Bollywood division. They have all these different divisions.
Yeah.
South African division, you know, and they have a Netflix for more or less every country who they can make a film in their language,
Yeah.
Spanish, Italian, things like that. So I think you do very well in that respect.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely is a story that needs to be told, and it's written well. Like we wrote it very, very well. But yeah, I feel like it is something we need to definitely talk about and do, because I feel like it would be something that would be shown and people would appreciate, especially men who have gone through that, who haven't been taken seriously, because it's like, oh, you're a man, you should just, well, man up and, a woman can't abuse you.
I do find it funny though that if a man, I will be honest, if a man told me his wife beats him, I wouldn't respect him anymore at all. But then in the same sense, I would say, did you get any angry feminists say, how can you make a play about this and we're being abused so much?
No, we didn't at all, really. It was very appreciated, and we actually did get a lot of people saying how it's a story they'd never heard before, because I feel like when people talk about domestic abuse, everyone's mind instantly goes to a man beating a woman, which obviously happens and we're not ignoring.
Yeah.
But it's just another story that needs to be told, and we were just like, as women, we feel like there are so many stories about a male on female violence that have been told, and that should keep being told. But we were just like, we need to, we should take this to another perspective and see it in another light, and just shed some more light on a story that hasn't been told before. But we didn't get any of that. It was what's the word? It was appreciated.
Yeah. Okay. Have you? I'll tell you what would be a good topic is about rights for children. So what I'm saying is, when a couple split up, and the woman usually gets the kids in this country, like fathers for justice kind of thing, because there's a lot of women who are just ignoring what the judge says, and the judge says you need to let the man see his children. He's paying you money, and they just say no, and nothing's done about it. And that would be very interesting.
Yeah, that's a very big issue with custody.
Yeah, you could write to Fathers for Justice and hear their stories and just do scripts.
That's a very good idea, actually.
Yeah, because I'm sure they'd be happy to pour their hearts out and tell you all these things and stuff like that. So
have something based on that.
Yeah, you could always hear the woman's point of view as well, but it'd be interesting to
have both sides.
Because women always win hands down. I always say if a woman hasn't got her kids, she's got to have done something really wrong.
Yeah.
Because the judge is always ruling in their favour in the sense of custody, which I understand to a certain extent. But such is life.
Yeah, that is a very big issue that happens about the custody. Like, I won't say the figures because I don't know them completely. But it's a very big majority of cases that with children with custody that they go always, majority of the time, towards their mother over their father, whether or not. Yeah, but it's true what you say. It has to, obviously something very serious has happened if the father has full custody of the child, like something serious must happen. But yeah, that is something, because I feel like that's very us in terms of like based on true stories. Our theatre company, Barefoot, we are very like only want to share stories and portray things that are true, and base it off voices of people.
So your theatre company is actually a company. I'm thinking of like a stage or kind of building. Is actually, you're saying a company as in a business that you own with your friends?
Yeah. So there's 4 of us. It's not a big business.
What's the name?
Barefoot Theatre Company.
So if somebody wants to look you up, where would they find you?
We have a Twitter account called Barefoot, and we also have an Instagram called Barefoot as well. So
Do you want to spell it for the...
so it's BEAR.FOOT.
Okay.
So that's where.
And that's on Twitter and
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. What drives you? What drives you?
To create theatre?
Yes.
True stories, really, and stories that aren't being portrayed in the media and people turn a blind eye to, and just things that are happening in front of people's faces that people just don't see or recognise or don't believe or understand. And I feel like now, this year, with so much that has happened, especially with all the, protests that have happened this year with Black Lives Matter and everything, it's such like a story that people want to see and people want to listen to. Like, I feel like 2020 has completely changed and opened people's eyes and made them literally see what is happening right in front of them that they've probably turned a blind eye to their whole lives. And it's something we'd obviously incorporate other actors into, and just stories that are true, that really drives me, that people don't really want to listen to or makes them feel awkward and uncomfortable. Like, no, you should feel awkward and uncomfortable. Like, this is what we want to tell, we're going to tell it.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I see what you mean. And you could actually do the George Floyd story. That would be that'd be a money maker. I'm sure Hollywood would have seconded that story already. Thanks. But apart from that, what's your impact you want to have on the world? That's the last question.
With me, it's just I don't know, just change really, and just like hoping that people appreciate the stories that I'm writing about and portraying, and the characters, and just change and to open people's minds and to get into their heads and make them think and change perspective or drive them crazy of thought. That's what I'd want to do, just make people change the way their brain works. Fuck them up a little bit, just change it.
Okay, well, that was good. Thanks for that interview.
No worries, thank you.
Much appreciated. For the listeners out there, please do not forget to listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, with all about real investors from different parts of the world who've invested in Africa, sharing their stories of how they've got on in life, experienced the good, the bad and the ugly, considering Africa has the fastest growing economies on the planet. Apart from that, I hope you liked the episode. Feel free to check out Barefoot or Bare.Foot and the plays to come, and have a nice day.